A beautiful male Eastern Bluebird lands on our backyard nest box, looks around but decides to fly away without checking inside. Seconds later, another bluebird arrives. He cautiously hops inside the nest box to inspect the space before launching off to share the news. He's really taking his time and taking this inspection very seriously. Having made their official choice, the new breeding pair sits on top of the house together. The lease is signed. To give our bluebird family the absolute best chance of success, I systematically arranged our backyard layout using 3 handcrafted birdhouses built straight from an Audubon birdhouse manual. You'll notice I intentionally kept the grass tall and native around the housing zone during the nesting season. This thick ground cover makes the birds feel more at home in this environment. But as any outdoor photographer knows, you have to manage your own habitat risks too. I mowed these 3 precise, clean lanes leading to each pole so that I can safely service the equipment and track the nest without stepping into tall bush and bringing home unwanted ticks. Inside the nest box, a flawless cup woven entirely out of fine pine needles and soft grass is complete. And resting safely right in the center of the cup, a pristine clutch of 5 beautiful blue bluebird eggs. Then the ultimate backyard miracle happens. The eggs have officially hatched, welcoming these tiny brand new bluebird chicks into the world. With 5 hungry mouths to feed, the quiet nesting period is officially over and the feeding frenzy begins. The parents immediately transition into intense 14-hour-a-day workday shifts, delivering insects back to back to keep up with the demand. Periodically, I use slow motion to slow down the action scenes to give you a better view of what's happening. Sometimes the parents jump into the nest box and feed the little babies from inside, and other times they stand in the doorway and reach inside and feed them. Notice the worm that this bluebird parent has in its mouth as it prepares to go inside and feed the babies. And here's an example of the parent reaching inside and feeding the babies at length without going inside. These chicks are growing at an unbelievable rate, making the parents' job so much harder, and they have to move faster and faster to keep up with the demand. The rhythm of the yard revolves entirely around this nest box. Watch the lightning-fast landing accuracy as the mother and father come in again and again with another catch, feed the babies, and run off to catch more. Feed, repeat, feed, repeat, feed, repeat. It's a never-ending frenzy. Watch closely now. I've slowed things way down for a shift change to highlight it. Let's take another close look and see those unmistakable, beautiful blue pin feathers that are beginning to erupt across their wings. The parents are running themselves ragged as the chicks get heavier and their caloric demand skyrockets. I've slowed down the next segment where an interloping sparrow is trying to take over the bluebird's airspace. Our bluebird has successfully defended his airspace against the interloper. And now he's off to get some more food as his wife returns and pops inside to feed the chicks while he's away. The bluebird is pecking on the food that he brought on top of the birdhouse in order to tenderize it for the children. Let's talk about sanitation. When birds poop, they poop out sacs that are white. So watch closely in slow motion and you'll see a parent coming out with a white sack in its mouth to dispose of the trash. And now it's time to do a periodic inspection. So we're going to walk up to this feeder, not from the front but from the side, to give the bird a chance to get out if it wants to so we don't scare it. We're going to tap so that if it's in there, it will know to go away. And this nail here is what keeps the door locked. So we're going to take out this nail and put it on the top, and then the front here hinges open. And inside we see the nest. Looks like everybody's healthy. Aren't these just the most adorable little babies? All cuddled together, pretending to be still and not move, just like they've been taught, because they don't know who I am or what I am. So now we'll step back and we'll close the door again. And we'll take the nail to put it in the hole and lock it. And now we have confirmed that everybody is happy and healthy inside the nest box. And now we'll let them alone and go about our business. With our inspection complete and the side hatch securely locked back in place, we return to the relentless outdoor feeding loop. We have looked closely at the chicks and seen them transforming day by day down in that little pine cup. Their eyes are officially wide open now, and those unmistakable, vibrant blue pin feathers are beginning to erupt rapidly across their wings. Being under so much pressure to do so much work so quickly, it's possible that a husband and wife could have some friction with each other. So I've slowed down the next section and taken the liberty of freezing one of the frames, which I believe depicts Mr. and Mrs. Bluebird having a fight. Watch how, after the freeze ends, she grabs the worm out of his mouth and sends him away. The babies aren't quite big enough to climb up and peek out the entrance hole just yet, but the sheer volume of insects the parents are delivering means their energy levels are hitting an absolute fever pitch. See in slow motion how Daddy is doing a sanitation run, taking out another one of those white fecal sacs. And yet another sanitation run. As these become more and more frequent, that indicates that the birds are getting bigger and bigger and eating more and more. The never-ending cycle. Feed, repeat, feed, repeat, feed, repeat. A parent bluebird's work is never done. And here goes another sanitation run, taking out one of the white packets. This is a very clear message that these birds are getting bigger and eating more. And this is exactly what's supposed to be happening. So this is a very good sign that these birds, these babies, are healthy and growing. Parental tempers seem to be flaring. Watch how Mrs. Bluebird comes and chases Mr. Bluebird away from the top of the birdhouse. Our 5 bluebird chicks are growing by the minute, and the countdown to their big moving day is officially ticking. Will they all successfully transition into fully feathered fledglings before the next update? Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications right now because the live fledge countdown drops next week. Thank you so much for watching Rockland Bird Chronicles.